up, what up, what up? Good morning, 4/29, 2025 is the day. I hope y'all thank Lord that your eyes is open. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So today, we're gonna hit you with an early morning video with the Breakfast Club. As you can see, Charlemagne, DJ MV, Lauren LaRosa, and y'all already know the just not hilarious. So let's go, let's go, let's go. So they are talking about the IRS and ISIS, and they are talking about Trump saying the terrorists are doing a good job at the moment. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. Let's go with the video.
The Breakfast Club. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, just hilarious. Charlemagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Start that with your girl. Start that front page news. Yeah. Okay, good morning, y'all.
They got a special guest. What up, Morgan?
See, I got that Wednesday vibe. I'm here. Okay, so the Supreme Court. Let's get into it, y'all. The Supreme Court. Another big win for President Trump at the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is siding with President Trump over firings of thousands of federal workers. The High Court ruled Tuesday that the Trump administration can proceed with the termination of 16,000 probationary employees. The workers were let go across 6 agencies and departments.
He built that court damn near.
He did. He sure did.
Like there's a 6-3 conservative majority, and he put those people on the court. They already gave the president immunity. I mean, like, what else? What makes us think the Supreme Court is ever going to do the right thing?
So let me ask you, Michael. So all those people, when we asked people to send an email back of the jobs that they were doing, and the people that said they weren't going to do it, and those are the people that's going to get let go?
If they are probationary, if they've been with the agency or whatever agency they were with, beyond the probationary period, then that's a different case. But those probationary employees, the ones who pretty much were within the first 90 days of their job, unfortunately, they will not be able to keep their jobs. Yeah.
So damn sad.
Yes, thousands of people will be impacted by that.
And that is horrible. So how is it
President Trump
helping?
gave
Please
a keynote address
explain.
at the annual National Republican Congressional Committee, and he's standing on 10 when it comes to tariffs, okay? In fact, he said they're helping. Let's take a listen to President Trump.
Many countries they've ripped us off left and right. But now it's our turn to do the ripping. That's okay. We're going to make our country even stronger than it ever was. And I really think we're helped a lot by the tariff situation that's going on, which is a good situation, not a bad. It's great. It's going to be legendary. You watch legendary in a positive way.
Good thing, guys. What do you think?
He went on to say he thinks the war with the world is not one at all because the countries are coming to the U.S., adding that Japan is already on the way. Not to mention the additional 50% tariffs on imported Chinese goods that went into effect at midnight as in hours ago.
That was the 104% hike.
Tariff now. And in case you missed it, China announced retaliatory tariffs against the U.S., with Trump promising to raise duties against the country if they didn't remove the tariffs. Now, Trump also added that until China is ready to deal, that is what's going to be.
So Trump is doing bully tactics with these terrorists. So he is trying to wipe the debt slate clean, which I believe just crossed $92 trillion.
Keep going the way that it's going. It's always about the economy. So if he thinks that, he's bugging. Like he knows something that we don't know.
I hear you, Charlemagne, because he is bugging. Because I see the effects of terrorists now. We're going to go on another shutdown in the automotive industry.
And then things will ease up. But, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, right, we all do that. She about it, the
Me
Trump
too.
saying the world is clearly responding to President Trump's approach. We just talked about China's reaction, but Levitt also noted that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu pledged to eliminate the U.S. trade deficit with Israel. So let's take a listen to White House Press Secretary Caroline Levitt.
American economic surrender is over. President Trump is no longer going to allow American workers and companies to be ripped off at the hands of foolish trade practices that shipped away millions of high-paying jobs and hollowed out communities across the country.
So Levitt also added that 70 other countries
sounds
have reached out to
good.
begin trade negotiations. Of course, meanwhile, Wall Street has seen 3 straight down sessions due to volatility
Oh,
caused
and
by
my
tariffs
stock
before
in
seeing
Bitcoin
a
is
slight
plummeting.
gain yesterday.
Plummeting.
So we'll see what happens in the market
Plummeting.
today. Of course, all of this is because, he's like, hey, let's see who comes to the negotiating table. Let's see who starts
Bully
to negotiate
tactic.
these trade deficits, and trades. China's like, nah, you're not rocking. Israel's like, okay, cool, we're going to eliminate your debt.
So he got one.
See what happens.
One ticket. It's get down or lay down with Donald Trump. If you ain't getting down, he gonna lay y'all down with them tariffs. So if y'all don't see it, y'all are tripping.
The Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some.
So y'all let me know what y'all think about them tariffs. So we gonna go into the immigration issue and ISIS. So let's go. I do want y'all to comment on that first issue. Leave y'all comments in the comment box of what you think about the tariffs. What is it doing to you? How is it affecting you? Let's go.
Some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Well, let's do it, okay? Let's talk immigration and the IRS. So the IRS has agreed to help ICE find illegal immigrants by sharing information with the agency. Court documents show the IRS will provide
Which, is that not illegal?
information for
Privacy
migrants
violation,
under
something?
federal investigation or are already facing deportation.
Y'all let me know.
Now the IRS
Is that
has
illegal?
warned the Trump administration's the plan to use it for. The IRS had warned the Trump administration the plan to use it for information could be illegal. So as a result, the acting IRS commissioner is resigning.
I thought that could be illegal.
Stepping down
Right,
after
so
the agency agreed to share illegal
don't even
immigrants'
sound
tax
right.
information with federal immigration agents. Now, Krause is the third person to leave the agency since January. Remember, she herself was just acting. And Doug O'Donnell was acting commissioner as well until announcing his retirement last month. So it looks like the IRS agency is looking for a new head, while also, talking with ICE to find those illegal migrants and get information on illegal migrants.
So did I hear you right, Morgan? She stepped down because she was upset that the illegal immigrants had to share their tax information?
That is alleged, yes.
Don't we gotta share it?
Why should the illegal immigrants be exempt from sharing their tax information?
No, I don't think that's the thing. It's they already share their tax information because some of them are filing taxes here as long as they're working. But it's a matter of the ICE crackdown now that now that they've been now it's a matter of ICE using that information to locate and find them.
Should the IRS use that information to locate and find us?
Yeah, but I guess what they're saying is now if you're a immigrant, you're not gonna pay
He
taxes.
is not lying. They do.
Taxes and try to do the right thing if they just gonna give the information away back.
Pretty much.
So you live in America?
Yeah, but if you pay your taxes,
I guess my whole thing is like, I guess if you're gonna go through all that, you might as well just go through the process of trying to be a legal citizen. Being a legal citizen.
a lot of it takes time. It takes years. And they also say yesterday that they're opening up
CBD, if you don't know, check the link
right then and there.
Why?
to find that page.
People get arrested and they're not necessarily.
You can kill all the black folks you want to, baby.
Yeah, but not only that, there's the because of that new ruling, where you can't ship the migrant.
We fought in every one of your damn lousy wars, baby.
There has to
You
be
give
a
us
process,
nothing. Now the war is gonna be here, so we're gonna be free. Now you kill all you want to, but we kill you.
They're going to have some due process before they get rid of them.
Remember question? Would you be an ICE informant if the IRS gave you tax breaks? If the IRS said, hey, you don't got to pay taxes
agreement by
And
which
that's
we
all
can
you have to
live.
say. Yeah, I was
Or
snitching.
you
You
do.
asking all these questions.
You
DJ
listen to me
Envy.
when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes. Listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. Should you try to pretend that I'm crazy because I want America to be saved?
Exotic gang, y'all let me know on that past topic. What do y'all think on that topic of what he's talking about? Using IRS information to forward to ISIS to help with deportation. Let's go. We need your comments, your opinions.
And then you
Share,
think we have
like,
no right
subscribe,
to ask for something?
and support.
Is it too
Let's
much
continue.
to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your gun. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're gonna deny us the right to live?
Every PDA MS-13 member we arrest the other country makes this country much safer. This administration right now in power is going to have, for the first time in the history of this nation, have total operational control over our southern border. Under President Trump, it's going to happen. You can take that to the bank.
You take that to the bank and cash that check. Well, he went on to say more people have been arrested in the first 2 months
Take
of
that to
President
the
Trump's
bank.
second term compared to former President Biden's last year in office. He also added that he's happy but not satisfied, and there's more work to be done. The address also focused on current border challenges and cooperation between federal and state governments. Several state Democratic lawmakers walked out during that speech in protest.
Yeah,
And,
I don't know if that's something to be bragging about if you're deporting the wrong people. If you're deporting the right people, then that's something that you can hang your hat on. If you're deporting the wrong people, what does it matter?
That's right there. Tell them again, Charlamagne. Tell them again.
Locking up folks that don't actually need to be deported.
You told us we were free. Well, then show us that we're free.
That's all I'm saying.
You told us that there is justice, equality for all in this country. Well, then stick